Life can take some unexpected turns, just like the time I met her at the shopping mall. It was an ordinary day, nothing out of the ordinary. I was strolling through the mall with my loyal companion, Corgi, my beautiful dog. Corgi had always been a hit with everyone, and that day was no exception. As we were browsing through the stores, I noticed a woman, the most beautiful lady I had ever seen. She had a captivating smile and eyes that seemed to hold secrets. Without hesitation, Corgi jumped out to meet her, wagging his tail with joy. It was love at first sight for both of them, and who could blame them? Corgi had a way of melting hearts. The beautiful lady, whose name was Sarah, couldn't resist Corgi's adorable antics. She knelt and started petting him, showering him with affection. We struck up a conversation, and I discovered that she was going through a difficult time in her life. She had recently divorced her ex-husband, Hilary, who she claimed had been controlling and abusive. She was trying to rebuild her life, and our chance encounter at the mall seemed like a sign. Sarah and I grew closer with each passing day. We laughed together, shared secrets, and created a bond that I thought was unbreakable. I fell deeply in love with her, and she reciprocated those feelings. It felt like a fairy tale, a second chance at happiness for both of us. But little did I know, darkness lurked in the shadows. Hilary, Sarah's ex-husband, couldn't bear to see her happy with someone else. Consumed by jealousy and rage, he devised a wicked plan to destroy our happiness. One night, as Sarah and I were enjoying a quiet evening at home, there was a knock on the door. We opened it to find the police standing there, accusing me of a heinous crime. I couldn't believe what was happening. They claimed that I had raped someone, providing evidence and testimonies that painted a damning picture. Sarah stood there, shocked and devastated. She believed every word they said. The evidence seemed overwhelming, and despite my protests of innocence, she turned away from me. I was arrested and taken to jail, sentenced to pay for a crime I didn't commit. Life behind bars is a bleak existence, my friend. I spent days, weeks, and months trying to convince myself that justice would prevail. In my darkest moments, I couldn't help but think of Sarah. I wondered if she had realized the truth, if she still loved me, or if she had truly returned to the arms of her manipulative ex-husband. One day, as fate would have it, I met a fellow inmate who knew Hilary. He had seen through his lies and manipulation. With each conversation we had, my doubts started to fade away. He promised to help me prove my innocence and expose Hilary's wicked schemes. Together, we dug deep into Hilary's past, unveiling a web of deceit and manipulation. We discovered that he had paid off witnesses, tampered with evidence, and orchestrated a carefully planned scheme to frame me. It was a race against time to gather enough evidence to prove my innocence before it was too late. Through endless nights of research, we uncovered the truth. We found witnesses who were willing to come forward, recanting their false testimonies. With this newfound evidence, we presented our case to my lawyer, who took it to court. It was a nerve-wracking experience sitting in that courtroom waiting for justice to prevail. The truth was on my side, but I couldn't help but feel anxious. What if the jury didn't believe me? What if Sarah had moved on, convinced of my guilt? As the trial progressed, the evidence against Hilary began to crumble. Witnesses confessed to being coerced into lying, and the true extent of his manipulation came to light. The courtroom was filled with gasps and murmurs as the truth unveiled itself piece by piece. And then Sarah walked into the courtroom. My heart skipped a beat. I looked into her eyes, searching for any sign of doubt, any glimmer of belief in my innocence. But she remained impassive, distant. It was as if our love had been shattered beyond repair. The defense attorney called her to the stand, and the questions began. The prosecution attempted to discredit her, using her initial accusations against me as evidence. But as the cross-examination intensified, cracks started to show in her facade. She hesitated, faltered, and finally broke down in tears. Sarah confessed to being manipulated by Hilary, her ex-husband. She revealed the extent of his control over her, how he had convinced her of my guilt and forced her to divorce me. It was a heartbreaking revelation, a devastating admission of her misplaced trust. With Sarah's confession, the case against me crumbled. The jury found me not guilty, and I was released from prison, a free man once again. The truth had prevailed, but the scars remained. I had lost everything that mattered to me. Sarah, the love of my life, was now beyond my reach. The betrayal, the pain of knowing that she had been manipulated, and that our love had been torn apart, it was a wound that would never fully heal. As I walked out of that prison, A mix of emotions overwhelmed me. Relief mingled with sorrow, freedom intertwined with loss. I was grateful for my newfound freedom, but a part of me would forever yearn for what I had lost. Life moved on, as it always does. I rebuilt my life piece by piece. The wound slowly healed, leaving scars that reminded me of the injustices endured. Sometimes I wonder what could have been. What if Hilary had never interfered? Would Sarah and I still be together, living a life filled with happiness and love? But dwelling on the past won't change a thing. I've come to accept that some stories don't have a happy ending, no matter how hard we try. So, my friend, here I am, sharing my story with you. It serves as a reminder of the power of deception, the fragility of trust, and the irreversible consequences of love betrayed. I hope that my tale serves as a cautionary lesson, reminding others to be vigilant and skeptical in the face of manipulation. And as for me, I will continue to seek solace in the memories of what once was, and find strength in the hope of a new beginning.